When does the awakening take place? When did it take place in me that I could firmly state that I'm an artist? I think it began in the 70s. I had an opportunity to view some beautiful art, life-size art by a young black woman. And I was totally intrigued with the fact that there was someone who looked like me, who had Indian heritage and black heritage, and could paint so very beautifully. I never tried to copy what I saw. I think, as a matter of fact, I think I went to the very opposite end of it. I tried to copy not what I saw out in the universe or as people walk the streets, but I tried to copy the things that I saw inside my head. And in the 70s, I don't think that I was logging too much. As a matter of fact, I think in the 70s I was probably trying to heal and reveal and deny and create but I had no model. I did not in the sense of a body. I mean in the sense of someone else having already lived my life and could confirm the things that I thought I saw or the emotions that I was certain that I was feeling. In any case, it wasn't until I think the 80s, mid-80s, that I began sketching again after childhood or the earlier years, as I've already spoken about. And at that time, I remember drawing a very nimble person of small stature and very close haircut. There was a time that I shaved my head, and I think that I wanted to be a dancer. As a matter of fact, the name of the painting was The Dancer. And not that I think I want to be a dancer. I've always danced, always wanted to become a better dancer. But I wanted that freedom that I felt that a dancer expressed. And the image was nude, and it wasn't overt nudity. It was just a very kind, passionate kind of demonstration of physical beauty. And I went to the other, when I said I went to the other extreme, what I mean is I went to the other extreme by creating monsters of sorts, monster characters. One that I remember so clearly was this just very grotesque creature that was carrying well, actually, it was the beautiful lady that was carrying the head of the grotesque creature. And that was very disturbing. As a matter of fact, some of my relatives saw it, and they became very ill from viewing it. At some point in the 80s, as I continued to try to demonstrate what I was feeling inside and where my passion was leaning, I became very upset with what was coming forth from my fingertips. And at that time I was painting in oils. Why would a person go from childhood painting, I guess coloring and painting with, and just sketching, all of a sudden want to jump into oils? And I think people who are very adept at painting in oils would probably understand that, certainly understand that, especially if one is painting without the tutelage of, without being in the tutelage of someone else, a much more experienced artist. But I've painted away and thoroughly enjoyed it. However, during those years I destroyed all of those paintings, I believe, because I was going through some very difficult times in my life. At that time living in Tennessee, and kind of associating with the wrong people, and people who had no love for truth and beauty, and seemingly not to have any love for themselves. And yet my passion continued to be awakened from that time when I first viewed the very beautiful woman's work, of which I've spoken already. My passion grew and grew and grew. And at that time I started designing my own clothes. I was teaching in a high school and didn't like seeing myself enclosed in garments that were walking down the street, meaning that if I wore a blouse, then I saw somebody else with a blouse and another person with a blouse and another person with the same blouse, and so that just really turned me off, because I've always, whether or not I consciously prided myself for being an individual, I've always been an individual. So we'll probably cover that area later, but I will say the fabric is what is so fascinating about in terms of designing, and also the fabric of life and the fabric of searching for the truth, whether or not it's in my skin, whether or not it's in the breath that I take, whether or not it's in my smile, as I view myself in the mirror. I was always searching through fabrics of things, and I've already mentioned searching for the truth in linoleum and curtains and ceilings, but it was my truth, exclusively my truth. So from what was I going to awake?